everybody, welcome back to the bench. So today we're going to talk about Ambi Safeties. These are just some of my favorite picks for Ambi Safeties. I know not a lot of people are going to care about my picks, but I just wanted to put it out there because I have had questions about it in the past, and I just wanted to let everybody know what I would pick. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, before we do that, thank you to Brownells. Brownells did send out a couple of these safeties. They sent out a couple of these. I bought most of these guys, but Brownells did send these out, and then I bought a couple of these also. So all of these I bought or a company has sent them to me. So thank you to Brownells. Go over there, use code TRIGGERED or BOP10. Save yourself 10% off your orders. If you missed any of the Black Friday sales, you were not smart. You should have gotten on those sales. But don't overextend yourself. The common theme right now on the internet is to tell people to not buy a bunch of stuff if you can't afford it. That should be your life motto all the time. Don't go into debt for things. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about my more inexpensive pick here real quick, and then I'm going to get in kind of a con that I did have with it. But I'm going to talk to you guys about what happened, how the company fixed it. So. I like these Battle Arms Development Ambi cast safeties. This one is a cast version. I don't know what metal they use. It should be popping up right now on your screen. The metal, honestly, it feels nice. It looks nice. It is what it is. It's a cool little $40 safety. It's not very expensive. You can get cheaper ones out there on the market, but every cheaper Ambi safety that I've ever messed around with has just not been very good. Every single one I get that's below $40 has a tendency to just kind of be shitty. And I know that a lot of people are going to be like, mine works perfectly fine, or this or that. Look, if yours works great for you, that's totally fine. But I'm telling you, I kind of get, I have ADHD, like really bad ADHD, and things that don't feel right in my hands, I don't like. So that's just how I am. And you know, you can be different. It's totally okay. One of the cool parts about this safety is you can kind of pick if you want the 50-degree angle or if you want the 90-degree angle. It's up to you. You're more than welcome to change your preferences however you want. I've always liked the 45/50-degree safeties. They just work really well for me. Now, this is on my BRN 180 lower that I do run my 16-inch OD Green BRN 180 on, but I don't run it all that often. This is a good safety. I like it. It's very positive. It clicks very well. And sometimes the springs that come with these aren't very good. I've had to buy replacement springs to make these better just because the ones they come with are very loose and not at all worthwhile. I don't get that. I will say when I went to go move this to my BRN 180 lower, the detent got a little bit stiffer, but that's just because of how it sits in here and kind of has to squish up in there. So, I mean, if really, I could probably take a couple coils out of this guy and kind of lighten up the safety a little bit, but I like that positive click in there, and it works really well. So that's kind of what I like. Now, this is the non-cast version. This is their aluminum one. This is not their elite version, which comes with like tritium vials in it, which, to be honest, I don't think you need. If you're going to buy a safety, I do recommend if you're going to kit out a lot of your guns, this is probably the most affordable option you can go to that looks really good and doesn't have that like cast, like dull look to it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one is not very dull. It's very good, and it's not oil. Like that's their finish they put on there. I believe it's a black anodized. And then you go to these cast ones. They have this dull finish. They feel like not cheap, but they feel inexpensive, and that's just how it is. You know, that's just what you're paying for. You're not getting a ton out of it, and you're already getting a lot of kind of feature sets and accessories. Now with these, there's a little Allen key that they come with a little Allen key. You put the little Allen key in there, you grab this guy on here, and you kind of back it out to tighten it up, and you do the same thing on the other side to do both sides. It's totally fine. They work great. They're good. Now, I have had an issue with this one. Now, I ended up picking up this one at the NRA show when it came into Houston, and I met a few people back in the day. This one is a good one. It's their aluminum one. I think it's not their elite, but it's their mid-tier one. So it's anodized. It's got that color. As you can tell, their first edition of anodizing was completely awful. So on the right, you have their first edition, and then they went into their second edition of anodizing and went a little bit darker. Now, I know with anodizing shades, they all become different, and they all look a little different. That's totally fine, but this one came out in baby puke green. I should have not have bought it, but I wanted an OD green one, and I didn't want to go ahead and fork out a bunch more money to go get a Forward Control Designs ones, which we are going to talk about here in a second. At the time, I really just wanted one of these because I felt like it was going to complete the build that I had going on. Then come about 6 months later, I was out training, ended up breaking off the other side. Now, I do use both sides of my safety. That's just how I've practiced my entire life. And when I was in the Army, I only had the left side. So it just kind of natural to me to kind of bring everything up at once on both sides, and it makes it easier to manipulate the safety. That's just how I am. You don't have to be that way. It's totally cool. You don't have to buy ambi safeties. You can buy single-sided safeties. That's okay with you if that's what you don't like. Fast forward, company sent me out a new one. Had no problem with that. And then I don't know why, they sent me out another one. So the company did send this out. And yeah, that's just how that is. They are an amazing company. I do like Battle Arms Development, and they make good stuff. I don't know about their uppers. I've heard things. I don't know. But I do like what they do. They make good products. And some of their products are slam dunk. Some of them are miss. I mean, I don't like everything that they do, but that's like most companies. All right, now we're going to go into the more expensive one. Now, this is the Forward Control Designs, not the Q version. This is just their standard lever version. It is the 50-degree safety, or 45-degree. Yeah, it's 50-degree safety, so I really like this one. I run this one on my 11.5. I run almost all forward control ones the exact same way. It's just how I like them. They all work the same. They all feel the same. There is no, like, the play in there is due to the drum kind of moving. That's just how that works. Some of the lower receivers that you get may have a little tighter drum, and this may not have any wiggle in there. And some of them don't, like on my on my LMT lower, that one doesn't wiggle as much as this one, but it's really cool. I like it. It works out really well. Now, as you can tell, there's a couple of different things that go with these safeties. This one has like the corrugations and the striations going this way, and then these ones are flat going this way. So from what I heard from Roger Wing over there, who runs Forward Control Designs, is they want your finger to slide down here instead of catch on this safety, which is totally, I mean, it works if you practice with it or not. You don't even really have to practice with it. When you feel it, when you do it, it works just like he says it does. And it is a fantastic safety. I like these Forward Control Design safeties. They do not come in like an ambi version. So if you buy the standard levers, you can swap the levers around on both sides. If you buy the Q levers, they will work. If you flop them on the other side, they will totally line up, but they will look a little weird because the lever is down instead of up. And that's just what I've noticed. I don't hate those at all. They're not my cup of tea. And then if you want to buy them in a left-hand friendly version, you literally have to go buy a left-hand Q model. Whereas when you buy the standard lever, you don't have to purchase a whole bunch of other stuff. I really like these levers. They sit at the right height for me when I'm running a standard B5 grip. And this is how I set up all my stuff. The only lower that I have that isn't set up that way with the P23 grip is this one. I think this is the, I don't know which one this is. I don't know which B5 grip this is, but it doesn't have the little back piece because this lower won't accept it. When I run this one, this is a nicer safety on this lower. I did not like the Forward Control Designs on this particular lower. That's just how I was. When I go to this and I have that there, it just kind of sits in the perfect spot and it works fantastic for me. So these safeties are definitely one of those things that I think if you're going to spend the money on and you want to go that route and you want to spend more money, or you have the money to spend more money, or you want to try out something that is going to ruin all the other safeties in your life, by all means, this is definitely that hot divorced MILF that lives next door who's trying to get you to leave your current wife and do all the other fun things. So this is that safety, and I highly recommend this safety. It's been a fun ride. It's going to continue to be a fun ride. I like this one. It has its applications just like everything else. And yeah, if you see the securement method here, it is by roll pin. So you do have to put these together and then you have to jam a roll pin through there. There is a little roll pin that goes right in there. And these have absolutely zero play. I will post up some sort of tolerance that Forward Control Design says that these have. And I'm just going to go ahead and state, I think this is the best safety on the market. People will disagree with me, or they will be mad that I did not emotionally validate whatever product they bought. But yes, the two best safeties I think you can purchase are the Battle Arms Development safeties in the mid-tier ones. I think the $40 to $50 safety that they have is very nice. They have a $60 to $70 one that is like, it's got like tritium vials and stuff. I don't think that's worth it. And then you go to this guy. This guy just works all the time, no matter what, and it continues to work, and it's never going to really fall apart on you. I've never had one of these fall apart. I've got 6 of these now, and all of them work fantastic. This one is going in my Griffin Mark II lower that I have coming. So that's going to be pretty sweet and a fun little build to put together. So stay tuned, y'all. I really hope you guys enjoyed the small part series on Ambidextrous Safeties. If you guys do, please like, share, subscribe. And again, go thank you to Brownells. Use code BOP10 or Triggered over there. And then, yeah, that just gives small kickbacks to the channel, and it lets us buy more stuff to test for you guys, because I will buy it so you don't have to. As always, be a hoodlum.